Living Dead doll talks. In this video we are talking about War. War the doll, not War the event. So this is what the coffin looks like. The standard generic Living Dead doll coffin. And this doll too comes with the slip, which just says the usual: I'm dead, pure evil, I sleep with worms. As far as I'm aware, whenever you buy a doll new, they come with this slip. So obviously that's a nice touch for if you want to have your dolls on display without having the front coffin on, then you can just have this bit on. And as far as I'm aware, this doll is part of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse dolls, which basically features war, famine, pestilence and death. I have war and pestilence. Hopefully pestilence will be my next video, but this is war that we are talking about today. So this is what War looks like in his little coffin. And I'll take him out. He doesn't come with the death certificate, but he does come with the clipboard poem, and I will read the clipboard poem to you. Okay. On a fiery red horse was a rider who was given the power to take peace from the earth and make men slay each other. So that's what that says, and it also just has the standard red tissue paper. I like how they're using personification because war is an event and they're obviously giving it personal characteristics, so that's a very good use of personification. This is what War looks like. He has a medieval outfit on. I feel as though this is very medieval. And he also has the little red horse, if you want to have him riding it like so. And then you can do that. And he has military boots on, and then this colour trousers, this khaki colour trousers that are very military and army inspired, I feel. And I feel as though this red with the silver and the top half looks very much like Knights of the Round Table, and then this part of it from the waist down I feel is very military, so I feel as though they've combined 2 stars by combining Knights of the Round Table and Sir Lancelot with kind of a traditional army military style, which I quite like. So I feel as though it's a hybrid of styles going on with this outfit. And this material is quite interesting. The rest I would say is just really a normal type of fabric, to be honest, but this material feels like a scourer. It feels like material you would use to wash your dishes with. So I'd be interested to know what material they actually use for this. The main reason why I bought this doll was because of the gas mask, because I love gas masks. I think that they're very interesting, and the detail on this gas mask is very, very brilliant. I just want you guys to look at it. It's very nice. War and Toxic Molly, I believe, are the only 2 dolls that have gas masks. I could be wrong. If I am, let me know in the comments. But I haven't got Toxic Molly currently, unfortunately. Maybe one day I'll get her, but not yet. So that's the main reason why I bought this doll, is because I knew I wanted a doll that had a gas mask. And this just feels, this is all plastic, this material here, and then this material, it feels like leather, but I don't think it is leather, so I think it's like a synthetic leather or a leather substitute. And I'll take the mask off so I can show you the face. It's gonna be fun putting this on. That's the only problem I would say, is that putting the mask back on once you take it off completely, if you take it off his whole head, very hard to get on. However, if you just lift it over his face, if you just lift it above his face, it's not as hard to get back on. It's still challenging, but it's not as hard. And this is what the face looks like, you guys can see. I like how they've chosen to do war paint and they've not just kept it as a basic face, because I feel as though by adding war paint it could add to the fear factor, because traditionally that's why people in clans did used to wear war paint to scare off the rivals and to kind of intimidate them. So obviously I'm assuming if you go into war, you're going to want to scare off the enemy and intimidate them. So yes, that's what it looks like. And the colour theme is just, you know, black, red and yellow. Putting it back over the auditory face. So I think that that's a pretty good feature, the fact that they've used wall paint. I think that's very intricate, and there are quite a lot of details on here. The main thing I would say that stands out with this doll to me personally is the gas mask, because I really like that feature, and that's mainly the feature why I bought this doll, to be honest. And it's a good concept of including the horse, but I just feel as though they could have put more detail into this horse, because I feel as though they had given a model, an actual model of a horse, like a little horse, like a toy plastic horse, and painted that red, it would have had a greater impact, and I would have liked this doll a bit more, because I like the head, I just don't like this thing. I feel as though it's a bit, see, I don't want to say cheap, but I just feel as though this lets it down, because yes, you can put him standing like that, but I don't know. I feel as though if the horse had had a body, I would have liked it a lot more. So overall, I like this doll. I love the gas mask. Like I said, that's literally the main reason I bought it. However, I don't feel it's that amazing of a doll. I don't think it's that amazing as a doll. I just think literally the gas mask is the only reason I mainly bought it. And I feel as though it could have had a lot more done with it. I'm sorry, I sound really mean probably by saying that, but this isn't my favourite doll. I mean, I love it because I love all Living Dead dolls, but this isn't my favourite. I think that the main thing that lets this doll down is the horse. The horse to me lets it down, and I feel as though the horse, because of the way they've done this horse, this bit, I feel cheapens the doll, cheapens the whole thing, really. So I don't like that. But I mean, I will give them their credit, Living Dead dolls, their credit, when I say that they have given the other dolls different horse heads. So that's quite good. But I will, like I said, I would have preferred to have seen a model horse in here and have like a toy horse, including the full body, and then paint that red. I would have praised them more if they had done that, but that's personal preference. I'm sure there are some people who will love this and think this is amazing. It's just not to my taste, and I think the clipboard poem could have been a bit longer, considering we didn't have a death certificate, or at least with the demon series, they were demons, they still had the demon equivalent to a death certificate. So I feel as though they could have included something else and something more creative, not just a clipboard poem. So, like, I feel as though they could have included another poem about war and the impact that war had on the apocalypse from the 4 horsemen. They could have included another poem, or a jigsaw piece. I think that all 4 of the dolls, it makes a whole jigsaw relevant to the apocalypse. Also, a bit of background information. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse is also within the Bible, so biblical references, very interesting, and I like that. I think that's very cool, because in my mind I do believe there will eventually be an apocalypse. However, I think I will be long dead when that happens, but I do believe there will be an apocalypse. So you could say that this doll is technically foreshadowing the future, but yeah. So, summarising this video into a few points. Love the gas mask, love the concept of doing it as the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I think it is a really good idea. However, I think it's executed not the best. Personal opinion, obviously, and it's all down to perspective, but personally, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's executed that well. And I do definitely think there could have been room for improvement within this series. However, I do have Pestilence, and Pestilence, I would say, is probably my favourite doll out of this series. That's just what I think. Probably my favourite doll out of the Apocalypse series, and that is the doll I will be talking to you all about next in my next video, but that is really it from this doll. Do I think it's worth it? If you are after one of the Living Dead dolls with the gas mask, then I would say get this, because this is definitely more affordable than Toxic Molly. However, if you are given the option to get either this or Toxic Molly, I would go with Toxic Molly, personally. Unless you yourself love this doll and love the concept, love the execution of it, and just really love everything about this doll, I would say go for it. It isn't my favourite doll, but the only thing that really carries it through and makes me think, yeah, it's an okay doll is, like I said, the concept and the fact that it has a gas mask. They're the only two things that really I like about this doll. So this is definitely, I would say, one of the weaker dolls, in my opinion. But let me know in the comments, what do you all think if you have this doll? And if you don't, would you like this doll? Do you want any dolls from this series? Do you not like this series? Let me know. Share your thoughts and opinions, because I would like to know what you all think. And I hope you've enjoyed this video.